A few years from now, calling a real person could cost extra. So could proving that the voice asking for money actually belongs to someone you love. Technology can make a service cheaper while making care, trust, and responsibility harder to find. And that shift is creating a strange luxury market around very ordinary needs. The biggest luxury on this list has nothing to do with designer goods. It decides whether another 10 years means traveling, carrying groceries, and climbing stairs, or simply spending more time alive. Here are 10 things that will become luxuries by 2030. Welcome to Alux. Number 10. Products that can be repaired. By 2030, throwing away a broken appliance might feel as wasteful as throwing away a good suitcase because one wheel came loose. For years, low prices trained buyers to replace things. A toaster stops working, a phone battery fades, or a washing machine flashes a code, and the easiest answer is a new box at the door. But that system only feels cheap while the replacement stays cheap. When parts, shipping, energy, and waste fees rise, a product that lasts 10 years starts to beat one that lasts 3. Europe is already pushing the market in this direction. Its right to repair rules add a 12-month extension to the legal guarantee when a customer chooses repair. A European repair platform is planned for 2027. Repair quotes on the standard form can stay valid for 30 days. That sounds like paperwork, yet it changes the sales pitch. A company can now charge more for products with screws, spare parts, clear manuals, and a service network. The money lands in local diagnostics, mobile repair, refurbished electronics, spare parts shops, warranty plans, and software that connects owners with technicians. Repairable products earn their premium by staying in the room. And that premium begins with trust in an object. The next one begins when people can no longer trust their own eyes and ears. Number 9. Proof that something is real. The next luxury item may be a simple green check that says, yes, this person is real. A familiar voice can already be copied from a short audio sample. Someone's face can appear in a video they never made. A fake bank message can arrive beside a real bank message on the same phone. By 2030, seeing and hearing will no longer be enough. The FBI received more than 1 million internet crime complaints in 2025. Reported losses came close to $21 billion. For the first time, its report counted AI-related complaints as a separate group. 22,364 complaints and almost $893 million in losses. The tools included voice clones, fake profiles, false identity documents, and believable videos of loved ones. Somewhere, a scammer is giving a fake uncle better lighting than the real uncle ever used. Banks now need a better way to check who's calling. Marketplaces need to know whether a seller even exists. Families are already choosing private code words for emergencies. Lawyers need document trails, and brands need product records that survive copying. Someone has to build those checks, teach families how to use them, and make the whole thing simple enough that a parent will actually remember it during a stressful call. By 2030, authenticity will carry a price because fakery will be almost free. And once proof becomes valuable, access to a capable person becomes valuable too. Number 8. Immediate access to a real human. People will pay extra to skip 12 minutes of hold music and one cheerful robot that understands absolutely nothing. Simple service work is moving into apps, chat windows, and self-checkout screens. That's useful when the problem is simple. It becomes painful when an insurance claim is strange, a payment disappears, or an airline sends a family to 3 different gates. The more common automation becomes, the more valuable calm human judgment becomes at the difficult moment. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics expects customer service employment to fall 5% between 2024 and 2034. It still projects about 341,700 openings each year as workers leave or change jobs. The agency also says that some companies will keep in-house service teams to stand apart, especially for complex jobs such as refunds and insurance checks. But scarcity changes the offer. A human answer moves from the basic package into the paid package. A small business can enter this market through one annoying problem. The work begins where the chatbot gives up. Each case is messy in a slightly different way, and the customer wants one person to stay with it until the problem is gone. The future will have plenty of answers, but people will pay more for someone who takes responsibility for that answer. The need for better care doesn't end at the phone, though. It follows people into the rooms where they spend most of their entire day. Number 7. Clean air inside the home. Look, you can clean a home every week and still have no idea what everyone inside of it is breathing. Maybe there's mold behind a cabinet. Maybe the stove fills the kitchen with fumes every night. Maybe the air conditioner keeps moving the same dust from one room to another. Now, you rarely notice any of this during a 20-minute house tour. Then summer arrives. Every window stays closed for the air conditioning and the family keeps breathing whatever is trapped inside. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency says that people spend about 90% of their time indoors. Levels of some pollutants can be several times higher than the outside. That changes the conversation around a home. A buyer who already checks their roof, water pressure, and heating bill might soon ask for an air report too. Parents will want to know what's moving through the bedroom while their child sleeps. That opens several small businesses without requiring anyone to invent a new air conditioner. An HVAC technician can test the rooms and explain the readings without turning the visit into a science lecture. A property manager can check the air between tenants. Cleaners can offer low-chemical packages. In areas hit by wildfire smoke, families might pay for a filter plan before the sky turns orange again. Soon, the house smells clean will not be enough. People will want a number, a filter, and someone they can call when that number changes. A healthy room protects the body. The next premium protects something a smart home cannot manufacture: belonging. Number 6, places that create real community. A room full of people has become harder to build than a room full of followers. Modern life removed many small meetings that used to happen by accident. Ticket sales moved online, work moved home, the food started arriving at the door. Even entertainment stopped requiring anyone to leave the sofa. All of that saves time, sure, but the saved minutes often end up alone. People are starting to look for places where the same faces return often enough to become familiar. The World Health Organization reported in 2025 that 1 in 6 people worldwide experiences loneliness. The rate is close to 1 in 5 among young people. The report links loneliness to about 871,000 deaths each year, or roughly 100 every hour. Those numbers are heavy. A table that meets every Thursday creates names, inside jokes, help, and eventually friendship. That's why a basic running club can matter more than a beautiful cafe where nobody speaks to each other. 50 people silently photographing the same pastry is technically a crowd, but it is doing very little for Tuesday night loneliness. Number 5, education built around one person. UNESCO said in 2025 that the world needs 44 million more primary and secondary teachers by 2030 to reach global education goals. The group also argues that teachers build critical thinking, emotional skills, and social belonging in ways that devices cannot copy. AI can lower the cost of exercises and explanations, sure, but a good teacher can spend more time seeing where a kid is stuck. A tutor doesn't need to compete with the entire market. The offer can be much narrower. Pass the exam, hold a 10-minute conversation in Spanish, learn the software needed for a promotion, or qualify for a new trade. Software can handle drills and basic explanations. The teacher watches the work, notices what keeps going wrong, and changes the plan accordingly. Nobody needs another 400-hour video library gathering digital dust beside the gym membership. By 2030, content will fill the shelf. People will pay more for the shortest, honest route to competence. And that's why inside the Alux app, we curate all the most vital lessons and hook you up with the expert mentorship you need to actually make a difference. Scan that QR code to get a deal on your membership. But if you don't choose your platforms wisely, learning creates even more digital activity, and that makes control over your personal data the next premium. Number 4, digital privacy. Scammers build convincing messages from details that people share during normal life. A birthday helps them choose the right moment. A pet name might unlock a security question. A travel photo reveals that nobody is home. A job title tells them which problem will sound urgent. By 2030, people will pay to reduce the amount of themselves available for sale, search, and training. The Federal Trade Commission found that almost 30% of people who reported losing money to a scam in 2025 said it began on social media. Reported losses reached $2.1 billion. That was 8 times the 2020 level. And more than 40% of people who lost money through a social media shopping scam said it began with something they ordered from an ad. A yearly privacy check could become as normal as preparing for a tax return. The family password should probably be stronger than the dog's name, followed by one heroic exclamation mark. Privacy used to mean hiding, but by 2030, it'll mean controlling who gets to use your life as raw material. Number 3, reliable power. A modern home might be charging a car, cooling 6 rooms, running security cameras, and powering medical equipment all at the same time. As more daily life moves onto the grid, reliability becomes something that people notice before they notice the price per unit. The International Energy Agency expects data center electricity to use more than double by 2030, reaching about 945 terawatt hours. That's slightly more than Japan uses today. In the US, data centers are expected to drive almost half of electricity demand growth through 2030. By the end of the decade, they could use more power than the country makes for all energy-heavy goods combined. This problem has already arrived. Drought and extreme heat are pushing some rivers to unusually low levels, and many power plants use river water for cooling. When the water gets too low or too warm, a plant might have to reduce production or shut down. Hydropower has the same problem from another direction. Less water moving through rivers means less electricity from dams, so the hottest days create a nasty loop. People need more electricity for cooling while the drought makes some electricity harder to produce. And reliable power stops feeling like an infrastructure topic when the air conditioning, refrigerator, payment terminal, or medical device depends on it. People will pay more for batteries, backup systems, and homes that can keep the important circuits running. The question becomes very simple here. If the grid goes down tonight, what still works? Number 2, care that lets people age at home. Look, the world is entering into a period it has never experienced before. There will be more old people, fewer young relatives available to care for them, and millions of homes that were never designed for someone with weaker balance, eyesight, or mobility. By 2030, 1 in 6 people worldwide will be over 60. And the number of people over 80 is expected to more than triple between 2023 and 2060, and nobody wants to grow old in a facility. And this is where the business becomes deeper than the home maintenance. Families will pay for one trusted person who can see the whole situation and keep everyone updated. That person might visit the home each month, speak with the parent, check what's changed, bring in the right specialist, and send a simple report to the family. The adult child living 3 states away is buying something very specific. They're buying fewer frightening phone calls. Aging at home will become a managed service because most families cannot coordinate it through a group chat and 2 rushed visits a year. And as more people pay to protect the later years, the next question becomes even more personal. How much will they pay to reach those years with their strength still left? Number 1, more healthy years. People don't dream about reaching 80 just to spend the day afraid of the stairs. No, the birthday number only tells part of the story. Can someone carry groceries from their car? Can they sleep through the night, get off the floor, remember a name, and recover after being sick? Families understand those questions immediately because they show up in ordinary life. The businesses that last will help with things that people can measure. Stronger legs, better sleep, easier meals, safer movement, and faster access to qualified care. A local strength program for adults over 50 could do more good than a shelf of mysterious capsules. So could home sleep support, meal preparation, recovery coaching, or a patient guide who helps someone to reach the right doctor sooner. People will spend heavily on extra years. They'll spend even more on years they can actually use. The whole list leads back to the same concern. What still works when the product breaks, the power drops, the call feels fake, or the body starts asking for help? People will pay more for dependable answers. And your bonus? The ability to be unreachable. Now, the final luxury on this list might be the right to disappear for an afternoon without anything breaking. By 2030, being reachable every minute will be normal. Protected time will need systems around it, trusted staff, clear boundaries, backup plans, quiet spaces, and services that handle the small fires. The wealthy have always paid other people to protect their time. The wider market is now learning to buy smaller pieces of the same freedom. Now, which one of these will become a luxury where you live first? Pick one market and look for the small service hiding inside of the larger trend. Because Aluxer, the future often shows up as an old problem that suddenly costs more to solve. Pay attention to the problems that people are tired of handling alone.